Ah, yes, definitely easily accessible. Uncharted 4. Frosty.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen it?
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, so pretty much everything, anytime we put that looks like a meter socket.
There's a meter. There's one here and one right there. Yeah.
And like that's a service entrance coming into the building.
Uh-huh.
Definitely needs to be accessible.
But you got this walking path.
That's the inspector right there. He's inspecting the job.
What we just got? What, they got some Romex?
SE cable, surface entrance cable. I don't know what that is. Maybe those are steel tights where they have like monitors and they're just running monitor string wires in there. I mean, I do appreciate the locks on the surfaces.
Right.
Like there's nobody gets.
So this building doesn't have power right now. There's no meters in those sockets. It's locked out. The utility locked it out.
I mean, if that's a meter, yeah, it doesn't. It looks like there's no meter. I don't even see a riser unless this is like this tiny little riser. I mean, this looks like maybe.
Would you hang
we got
from that?
Redundancy. We got 2 meters. We don't have a feed coming either side, like just in case like power fails, like it can pick up, and then you have your automatic transfer switch. I mean, that's what it looks like. Possibly. Would I hang from that? Well, yeah, if I was fucking if I fell off the roof, right. I'm going to sit there as long as I fucking can.
How do you open it?
Need some straps.
Is that the ocean or is that like snow?
It looks like the ocean.
Almost looks like
land here?
Yeah.
Like land, like snow, and then maybe into the ocean. Oh, this is every fucking service electrician on a Saturday night service call. Like everything, like this. I think this is our guy. He called out to. He told me like it was an impossible project, but we got it done.
Right. Had to get a lift out there, emergency.
I didn't have my harness.
Had to jump off.
Yeah.
I didn't have my harness.
That's like fucking opportunistic right there. Like, listen, hey, we need a scene of a guy hanging on the building. What can he hold on to?
Electricians, dedicated.
Well, that's not even electrical. It's not even electrical conduit. Like, what is that elbow?
And we're not scared of anything.
And where's the strap?
Where's the strap? Yeah, what is this?
There's no strap. There's like a plumbing elbow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you watch TV and you see shit that's wrong.
Yeah.
We've done that before. We'll do that again. Don't worry.
Yep.
Like, and then they're just making up shit. My wife's a nurse, and she's like, she laughs at shit that we see on TV. I'm like, that's not real?
Yeah, the doctor shows.
Yep.
Doctor?
She laughs at that, too. I'm a solar doctor.
MD Farley.
I think this is original from 1971. Oh, that's years before me. Way before me. Way. Shut up, Marcus. It was also back before the internet, for all you young pups out there. What hasn't been here that long?
Yeah, you couldn't look it up on YouTube, Chuck.
High-speed silicon avalanche suppressor.
I like how we've been both just...
Avalanche
we just both just...
suppressor.
What? What's happening? Six receptacle GFI.
Operational when lit, so it has a light. It comes on when it's plugged in and the power's off. It's not. It doesn't look like a fucking GFI.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It doesn't. What is it? Suppress?
Surge?
What is it?
No.
I don't. It looks like just a fucking
either.
six gang plug. Like they have this high speed silicon avalanche suppressor. That's marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a light.
With a light, yeah.
I mean,
the light's helpful.
It's a TS1000.
No,
TS1000A. Otherwise known as, some people think that's 1,000 amps.
You can get those on Amazon.
15 amp max. I mean, Amazon you can get anything on Amazon.
Google
or Alibaba.
Mm.
Like some people.
If you want 1,000 of them.
Some people use Alibaba. 15 amps max, but it's the TS1000A. Of course, it's a 15 amp max. You can't get a fucking 20 amp plug in it. You can't, but you could put multiple 15 amp things in there. It says 15 amp max, but it doesn't look like this resets anywhere. So is it really 15 amps max? Or is that when it starts to melt?
Right.
Like everything else is 15 amp rated?
I prefer the B. version because it comes with a screw.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
like the the TS1000B?
Yeah.
High-speed silicon avalanche suppressor. I don't know what that means. Is that to like suppress the is silicon the plastic of the like shit that's gonna melt if you plug too much stuff in? Like, is it an avalanche of melted plastic? I don't understand the name. Hey, whatever. You like
Do your thing.
this is also
Somebody bought it.
this somebody else come up with an idea. It's like going back to the game. Like somebody else used this elbow, a plumbing elbow. You know, like a whatever. Love the name. Good. A for effort.
Do it.
All right, 3, not mine, saw it at a shopping mall. That's 18 4-inch conduits.
Oh,
Didn't have a tape on me to measure, but that must have been fun.
wow.
So let's see. Damn! Like, why not just get a fucking deeper box and run those things straight? Like, you had to fucking bend all them offsets to get in that box when you should have just ordered a box a little bit deeper, right? You're not trying to clear anything.
Yeah.
There's no clearance requirement. Like, a lot of 4-inch stuff, it's in the garage. I mean, a parking garage, you have a clearance that you're working with, but looking at the strut, like,
Yeah,
so
it's
when
here.
Yeah.
It's lower than that water pipe. So.
Well, even then, you know, last time I did work in a garage, it was like, hey, here's the clearance, and that we have to stay 6 inches above, right? So they had a clearance that they knew, and they wanted 6 inches above that
right.
plane, right? So whatever that is this all thread, is the lowest point of this electrical that I can see, right? So this piece of all thread is part of the electrical system because it's holding up that electrical conduit, which 10 to 1, this probably, it could be data, I don't know. Like, it's an awful lot of electrical conduits in a box that's not really that deep, so it really depends on the fill calculations and what's in the conduits, so I can't really say. It could be data, it could be electrical, but long story short, you're working off the lowest point, right? This lowest point is here. If that's under the box, I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. A lot, you know, bending those 4-inch conduits when if you just bought a box that was a little bit deeper, could have ran them right through.
A little bit easier.
And
Yeah,
it would
for
have
sure.
helped with box fill. You have a bigger area inside the box that can take more wiring.
Use, yeah.
And it's easier to bend, like a lot.
I don't know. That's a lot of electrical for a parking garage. Like most of the time you have lights, but then there's also like charging stations, I guess, nowadays. But like,
but this might not be here. So if you think about like big cities, you got a parking garage under a 50-story building.
oh yeah, that's
So like
true.
this could
Yeah.
this could be like the first 6 floors or the first 14 floors. Could be, depending on the voltage and the amperage. There's a lot of variables that could happen there. But we know everything, so we can think of everything. That's why we only gave you a little bit. I don't know what that means. Ding.
Because we're
All right.
electricians.
God, I hate Wagos. Wago connectors were apparently all out.
Oh no. He wanted to use Wagos, but they were all out of those. So
You think
this
so?
is going to be the picture of what he used to make the connection.
I'm not a fan. Like, so running service calls, like I'm a service electrician. Like that's what I was brought up as service electrician. So we do everything, right? We do everything now, but you always have to think of the future. Like think about the service guy, the guy that's got to go change stuff, troubleshoot. When I'm in a junction box and there's a Wago, it's just you can't get one out without it's just a pain in the ass versus.
And every time you're like cutting it shorter and shorter, and then all of a sudden you got to only like a wire this long and
You're
stuck
like
to
trying
a
to spin it
Wago.
out.
You're like,
Who knows? Like I'm not a fan of Wagos. I like a wire nut. I like a twist that in wire nut. Or the wire nuts are rated to twist also. All right,
I don't mind Wagos and light fixtures. But
well,
that's it.
I mean, it's making it easy, right? Like their manufacturers, most of that stuff comes with it. They're just finding new ways to make it easier and faster, and that's what these things are.
Yep.
And that's all about cost,
Yeah.
time saving cost, and that's what typically you see that in all the new construction stuff. That's where they can get like 17 bids, versus, hey, I got an emergency. Whoever's going to answer the phone, I need you guys to fucking help me. Like, all right, let's see. Apparently all out of connectors. Let's see. What the fuck?
See? Oh, yes.
Jesus.
Yes. Anchors.
I mean, at least tape them up. Like, I mean, you guys, those are only rated if you tape the outside. Oh, man, I love it. Yeah, fucking plastic. Look at that, plastic anchors. What? Who? Well, I don't even know where this is. Like, listen, I've seen some shit in Africa that's you blow your mind, let alone in some other states. But, like, what is that box in the wall? Is that in the wall? I assume it's in the wall. Could be a floor. Could be, like, in the floor. It's a weird box, too, right? Like this orange box. The back is cut out. Something weird.
I'm almost impressed. I'm like, who thought of this? I would never in my life have been like, what if, could I use this? Could I use this? Wrap them up. They're probably making good connection. No.
Well, they look twisted.
They're twisted.
I mean, they look twisted, and then they just shove those on there. But, like, now you've got colors all around. There's white and red twisted. There's white and black. Like, what?
Don't do this.
Who sent us that one? Who put this one in?
This is a no-go for us.
BW1FEHO Tech Support MacGyver. Hey, Tech Support MacGyver, have fun cleaning that one up. I want to see an after picture. I assume you fixed it up, right?
With wire nuts.
You know what I heard the other day? I heard MacGyver's first name. Somebody said MacGyver's first name, and I never knew what it was. MacGyver's first name was Angus.
Angus.
Did you know that? Like Angus. I heard that on the radio the other day. Like I never Angus MacGyver.
Angus.
I know. It threw me off. I'm like, wait a second. That changes my whole perception on MacGyver.
Angus.
All right. First glance, you're going to think this is jankery.
Second glance, you're going to appreciate this person's craftsmanship.
I don't know. The last one I thought was jankery, and I feel like you appreciated their ingenuity. Which makes me question you as an electrician and a man. Well, actually, as a man first, and then as an electrician. I think being an electrician, being an electrician is better than being a man. So all you women out there, all you women electricians out there, you definitely are better than a man. Because you're an electrician. And we all know that if Jesus was alive today, he'd be an electrician too. But they didn't have electricity when he was alive. He was a carpenter.
So he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
Second place.
So glad that's okay.
Second place. I don't know if second place is, but I mean, God's electrician, right? Like he's got that fucking lightning. We seen this before.
Oh yeah, we've seen this before.
Did we comment on this one?
We saw the
Or we saw something else? Hair dryers.
Hair dryers. Yeah.
I'm so tired of seeing this shit. Like I'm just so tired. Like this. Like how many fucking crackhead. Like, this is a crackhead idea. Like, who? Why?
No. I'm not about it. I did not see the craftsmanship
Switch
on this one. And the switches on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Come on.
Is that tape?
Oh,
Is that like being held on with tape?
It looks like he painted
The switch is on the ceiling. Yeah, you gotta get to the ceiling to hit that switch.
Put it next to the door.
And I only see one switch. So you can't have the light and the fan on separately? Like, you can't. So if this is in the bedroom, which looks like it, I like to sleep with the fan on. But now I gotta have my fucking, now I gotta have fucking, what are those fucking eye masks, you know? Like, one or the other. Like, come on.
Are there bulldogs holding
This is a hole, right? This is just a hole. It's weird because like there's a cord going in there. It's like an optical illusion, like a mirror, but it's like a hole to the inside of the fixture. Don't quit your day job.
This is terrible.
You probably don't have a day job if you're at home fucking thinking up this crackpot shit. Like you gotta be like at home tweaking. Be like, is it hot in here? I need more light. Like, oh. And then all of a sudden a light bulb comes on, like a crackhead light bulb. You know, you've seen the crackhead light bulb. It's like, I got an idea. Next thing you know, you got this. Next thing you know, you got this fucking thing. Fuck. Now, kids, this is why we don't do drugs.
Yeah.
This is why we say no to crack. Does anybody know why these were discontinued? Hybs 915. Let's check it out. These were discontinued?
Yeah. I don't know.
You can still see them, right?
Well,
it would be a very specific one, I'm guessing he's talking about.
I want to say I fucking saw something like this at Home Depot 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Something similar. So I don't know if they have been discontinued, at least where we're at, but currently there's out of stock on everything. Everything's fucking out of stock. Like anything revolving around new build has just been, the shelves are empty. Like they've just been empty and empty. I mean, it's a bracket box, right? It's a residential bracket box, 2-gang. You can drill it into the studs. Use the screws into the studs. I like the nail-ons because they come with the nails, and you just,
you just
you don't
hammer
have to,
them in.
and you don't have to carry around your fucking drill bit, like your drill.
Yeah.
What did it say something else in there?
He might have hit it on the head. There's a lot of boxes, and a lot of breakers, a lot of stuff that's just not in stock right now. So
he's searching somewhere, and they don't have them. Yeah, it's probably just out of stock. I don't think they discontinued them. I remember, because we were doing some remodeling at my house. I went to go get some Carlon, nail-on boxes. Like, that's what we normally have, right? And they're out blue. There's no blue boxes on the shelf. Now there was some gray ones.
Yep.
I'm like, gray? I've never seen gray boxes in this store before, right? So, Pass and Seymour's got a brand. So they're just shifting manufacturers to cover the need and cover the supply issues. But 10 to 1, you can still buy this box. If it ain't on Amazon or Lowe's or whatever you're searching, go to your local electrical supply house.
Get off your phone, go to the supply house.
And you might just need a different brand.
Yep.
Or, hey.
They'll have something that'll work.
You can use, they make metal ones too. You can use a metal one. Yes, metal can be used in residential. You just got to ground it, and you got to have the right connectors.
Yep.
It's not easy not as easy as residential, but it is easy.
Yeah.
All right. Brought an install to the 21st century. All right, Lewis Miller.
Okay. So another country, right?
Wait.
Isn't that like Europe?
Didn't he say he brought something to the 21st century?
So it's got to be Europe.
Look at that disconnect. It's got the four blade. It's like an old disconnect. It's definitely a 220, like a European switch of some sort. Well, this is America. I can't help you.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Moving on. Actually, I look at it and I think to myself, I don't see anything that was brought up to the 21st century. I mean, even if we're talking about this, which is like the newest looking component of this whole thing, it's not clean. So what did you do? What did you do, Miller?
For another episode.
See you later.